Today I want to talk about Greenwood Cemetery. It's supposed to be the most haunted cemetery, or one of the most haunted cemeteries in the state of Illinois, which I kind of agree with that. Well, I'm 100% sure in my own mind that it is, but the old mausoleum site over here that I'm showing on camera here, this area is where a public mausoleum stood until 1967. Reports of voices crying and screaming are claimed to be heard here, especially after the bodies were removed after they tore it down. Now it's a car wash. And that's where it stood. I'm going to walk around the cemetery a little bit here. My brother's buried here. This is his spot right here that he's buried in. Right there. This is a very, very beautiful cemetery. It's been warmer this year, so usually this time in October, middle of October, the trees are usually a lot of different colors, but they're all green still mainly. And the weather's like really beautiful. Quite a few people I know from the past are buried in here, but I'm not going to stop at their graves right now, today. But if you're interested in learning more about the cemetery being haunted, there's several books that's written by Troy Taylor. I'd recommend you buy his books because you can learn a lot from his books about the cemetery and about Decatur, Illinois being haunted as well in other aspects. I mean, not everybody may believe this cemetery is haunted, but I believe something's going on here myself because I've had a few experiences myself here, which when I get up this hill, it's quite hilly here, I have a few stories to tell. One I experienced myself in this cemetery in the past. But yeah, if you're wanting exercise and you have a way to this cemetery and you want to just walk and get in shape, this is the place to do it. Almost want to say it's better than hiking. I do a lot of hiking, but out in the woods, but here's some really pretty flowers. Wildflowers right here. I don't know how well you can see them, but a lot of really old tombstones here. Like really pretty here. A lot of hills. A lot of history to this place. Now this is Area 14, where the incident happened that I can tell you about. It was in Lot 13 area, which is up here somewhere. They're working out here today. Not sure what they're doing. This says Lot 5 here. Quite a walk. And there's a lot of cemetery here. If I could find Area 13. Which I think they might be working over in Area 13 today, which there's a big Celtic cross there. Oh, I see it. They are working over there. I'm not going to stick around too long, but I'm going to cut through here because I want to tell about what I experienced over here right by the Celtic cross. But I don't want to stick around too long because they do seem pretty busy over here and it might be kind of loud. This is on a tree stump. This is quite interesting. Now, right over here, years ago, this area right here, I was out here with somebody I know, and they parked their pickup truck on the hill right about here, going down, and they came up this hill with me because I wanted to see this Celtic cross over here. And this is a beautiful Celtic cross. And I was standing right about here, And at the time, there was some flowers wrapped around this and some offerings here. And all of a sudden, it looked like there was kind of a mirage or something, kind of like it looks like when somebody says they're out in the desert and it looks or like there's stuff coming up off the concrete in the summertime, moisture. Kind of looked like a mirage. And then the person that had came here with me started yelling. And I started running this way because the truck started rolling and they had it in park. And I actually started rolling with nobody in the truck. No reason for the truck to be rolling. Went that way. They were yelling for help from me so that I could help them stop the truck because it was headed for downhill right through there and they didn't know if it was going to crash into anything. And as I was running this way, it looked like a mirage to me. All of a sudden it was like time was standing still or something, or it was moving slower for me. And I went this way. And the next thing you know, I made it to the truck, but I just felt like I was off balance, and we stopped the truck from rolling. And they said they was never coming out here again. And I don't think they ever have. And they've got a family member buried out here, and I don't know if they've been out here since or not, but they said they were never coming out here again. And I know I haven't seen them out here, but I don't come out here all the time. But yeah, that actually happened. And then another time, there's this big hill where the road winds around, and a lot of people try to avoid going around it, even going to a funeral or visiting people, because they think that, you know, they could fall over the edge. So a couple people I knew was cutting through here, I think between 2 and 4 in the morning, and they said that they heard some strange noise flying overhead like they hadn't ever heard before, and struck them strange. Couldn't even explain it. And I think it was up this hill right here. Yeah, this steep hill. It gets steeper around the corner. But yeah. But I'll make another video about Greenwood Cemetery out here at some point. This is all for today. Thank you, and blessed be.